Why, hello, children. Hello, everyone. Hey, how are you? Oh, thank you all for coming to do together this month-end Great Compassion Repentance. Always, at the end of every month, I look forward to this because it feels so much lighter after you do their Great Compassion Repentance. Is that how you feel too? Because this is part of the spiritual practice. It brings balance. That is, as the text says, we've been revolving in a wheel reincarnation. We've been spinning around the wheel. And one lifetime being a human like right now, and next lifetime most likely we fall to the hells, lower realms, either in as the animal realm or the hungry ghost realm or the hells. That's a very common place for, as the Buddha said, that once we lose this human body, we will not come back. It's very difficult to come back. Okay? And it's because during our lifetimes, we created so many offenses, not just this very lifetime, but many, many lifetimes. It's scary to me. Every end of the month, it's humbling for me to look at the text, read the text, recite the text, and it reminds me that I've been creating, there's no offenses I did not create in the past. So therefore, we did plant a lot of causes for suffering, so many causes of suffering. In particular, the kind of suffering of not getting what we want. So how did we cause such suffering of not getting what we want? Does anyone know? One of the 8 sufferings. Okay, Xian Fa, Sunin, what are the 8 sufferings? She went to Shamini school. She's very well trained. What are the 8 sufferings? Did you learn about that? You didn't learn about the 8 sufferings? You can say in Korean and someone will translate for you.
생로병사.
Heng is
living.
birth.
Birth.
Birth. Heng is birth.
Birth. Living.
It's aging.
Aging. Aging. Sick.
Sickness.
Death.
Death. Okay, those are the 4 sufferings.
Yeah, right.
Okay, what else? What are the remaining 4? You should memorize this.
만난 사람과 좋아하는 사람과 이별하는 거.
Okay, it sounds right.
Meeting someone I hate.
Being together with someone that you hate.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't happen to people like us. Okay, we are so lovely people.
I forgot other 2.
What about the next suffering?
Losing one who I love.
Wow, they are well trained, aren't they? I'm impressed. The Koreans really school you well. Being apart from the ones you love is a suffering. It really, I don't know about you. You never experience it, but when you live your own, regular life, and you love someone, you be apart from those people, such people, it really something is missing in your life. Your life is no longer complete. People, you know what I'm talking about? No, you don't. Okay, never mind. Okay? Okay, so being apart, being separated from the people you love. Yes, what else is the other suffering?
Sorry, I forgot other two.
You forgot the other two. Oh, wow. Those are the important ones. How can you forget the most important ones? Anyone helps her out? The Sunims. Korean day today. What are the remaining two sufferings, two types of sufferings? Don't ask the old abbot, he knows everything. Okay? He's like a bookworm. Yeah. Yes? Okay, Sangwok Sunim. One tech, do you know? No, you don't. Been using your drills too often. Okay, Sangwok Sunim. What is she there, or she's sneaked out? She's knocked out to go to the kitchen. Wow. Who else is a Korean? Who else is Korean we can pick on today? Okay, no Koreans left, I guess. Soju, booze. What are the remaining two?
Hello, Master. The other one is Songgo. Songgo meaning is, how do I say? The suffering with 5 skandhas.
Okay, the raging 5 skandhas, okay, and?
And
Ha ha ha.
I forgot, I'm so sorry.
You forgot. Chakyeon remembers. See, these people, the Korean lay people, by the way, they go to a Buddhist school, Buddhist.
구부득고라고 하는데요. 제가 알기로는 갖고자 하는 걸 얻지 못하는 고통
That's
아닌가요?
Wait a minute, that cannot be that
갖고
long.
싶은 거를 갖지 못하는 고통, 구부득고.
Master, it says kupudukko, which means that something that I want to have it, but I can't obtain it.
Very good. 求不可得. So to seek, but you cannot get it. Okay, that is a lot of suffering. Okay, you babies don't know what it's like yet, but when you get older, you're not getting what you want, like a red car. Like a red car, so you suffer inside for so much. Okay, so those are the 8 sufferings. So we planted the causes for such sufferings. And what's so scary about it is that, the first 4 sufferings, birth, death, aging and sickness, okay, those are the sufferings that no one is exempt from. Agree? No one lives forever. Okay? So therefore, we all have to undergo that. That's a nature of our existence. We'll be born, and because we're born, we will age, and we get older, we get sicker, and then eventually we'll die. There's nothing that we can do about it. Those are the 4 kind of sufferings that you absolutely can do nothing about. Okay, that's scary. It's nothing. Yeah. And then the next 4 sufferings, sufferings being apart from the ones you love. Okay, that's being united with the people you hate. Those are the 2 sufferings that really, really gnaw at you. And the 7th one is 求不可得, is to seek but not getting what we're seeking. That is a lot of sufferings for us, especially when the younger ones, when they are of age, they seek love, they cannot find love. Oh boy, that really, really hurts. You find out, little girl. You know, little girl? And finally, the eighth suffering is the raging 5 skandhas. What does it mean, raging 5 skandhas? Okay, one Taksini, did it come back to you, the raging 5 skandhas, the suffering? Anyone knows? Yes? What's the raging 5 skandhas? Five.
As I know, the 5 skandhas is getting accumulated, getting worse and worse, accumulating.
The 5 skandhas are getting worse and worse.
Uh,
You sound so depressed.
keep accumulating, and so it's getting worse.
Okay, it doesn't look like you remember that well. Okay, Xian Fa Sunim, it's still fresh in your mind. What is the raging 5 skandhas? I'm testing to find out what the Korean Sunims learn in school, in training school. Yes? You remember what are the raging 5 skandhas?
Just suddenly appear.
Sorry?
It's just suddenly appear.
What's that?
그냥 일어나서.
Okay.
잘 모르겠습니다. 죄송합니다.
Translate for her.
Master, is it something that suddenly appears?
Suddenly appears.
appears.
No. Okay. Leaves us with booths. What are raging 5 skandhas?
Master, frankly speaking to you, so I'm not sure. I don't have idea.
The reason I single it out is because most monks and nuns don't understand this. And that's why if you don't understand it, you cannot teach it to the next generation. So this is confirmed my suspicion that this is one of the most important sufferings that we have, that I need to pay attention to. And this is why the monks and nuns are supposed to understand this. And this is the strength of Buddhism. Buddhism, we know of the 8 sufferings, particularly this 8th suffering, the raging 5 skandhas. They are really, really the kind of suffering that unspeakable. It's so bad, okay? It's so bad, so deeply seated that you aren't even aware of it. Living beings aren't aware of it. That's why it's so scary. And this is why only the Buddhist sages can see it, and they say, you have this problem. Even though you deny it, you don't admit it, you have this huge problem called the 5 raging skandhas. And it's making your life miserable, okay? And only through cultivation can you overcome this problem, okay? And this is alarming to me that the monks and nuns nowadays don't understand the raging 5 skandha, this 8th kind of suffering. And that's why most people, they don't understand, they don't know anymore. Okay? If you say you with someone, you united with someone you hate, then move. Bancha, move your house, move your household, go rent somewhere else. No big deal, right? You are together with someone that you separate from someone you love, then change jobs. Okay? That's easy. But the raging 5 skandhas, there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. And the suffering is so bad. And if the monks and nuns don't understand it, how are we going to help our students, our disciples? That's why it's I'm casually bringing it up because I want to find out what the young generations, what the monks and nuns are being trained, what are they learning about nowadays. Okay? So now, Chak Yon, what you learn in lay people's school, the Raging Five Skandhas, what are they? Did they teach you?
그거 잘 기억을 못 하는데 혹시 이렇게 보여지는 물질에 집착하는 거 그거 맞나요?
Master, I can't remember well, but is it something that you see an object and you start to get attached to it?
No, that's just not even close. Anyone can help them out, help the Koreans out. Oh, any other Koreans who want to speak? I'm giving the Koreans a chance first. No? Okay. Master Abbot, would you like to say something about this? Of course he knows.
Lâu quá con còn nhớ cái là hữu đấm sĩ tình khổ chẳng hạn, cái người đó cái sắc thân. Sắc thân tức là tứ đại mà đất nước gió lửa của họ đó, nó thạnh quá cho nên họ mập quá hay là họ nặng nề quá, nó hành hạ cái thân họ. Hoặc là họ ốm quá. Còn cái tưởng là thức là nó quá mạnh, điên loạn luôn, không kiểm soát được. Vì nghiệp báo họ bị điên loạn, hoặc là họ không dừng được tư tưởng. Làm cho họ ngày đêm họ hành hạ, có nhiều người tới điên luôn. Cái sau là cái tưởng và cái thức đó thuộc về cái tư tưởng.
Okay, we wait for translation and I tell you.
Emitofuo, this
you
raging
look
of the
prettier and prettier. Your face
Hello?
is brighter and brighter. You know that?
Hello.
Yeah,
Master,
go
can
ahead.
you
Go
hear
ahead.
me?
Sorry,
Oh,
I got distracted.
okay. So raging of the five skandha, this has been a long time. I only remember that. So, for example, the suffering of a person who have a body. So this body composed of the four components: water, air, fire, and earth. So because of this body getting so heavy, they suffering, or maybe too thick, skinny, too thin. If they eat too much, it become too heavy. So that also creates suffering on itself. And about the consciousness and the thought, if it is too strong, it will make people go crazy, upside down, and they cannot have a control of that. So that is belong to the consciousness and the thought.
Okay, not bad. How about Sin? Did you do research on the five skandhas? What are the raging five skandhas? Today I'm going to pick on the instructors.
They're the five skandhas, 摄受想行识.
Right. What do you mean raging five skandhas?
Meaning one of them is too strong, it's overly excessive.
So it's a 五阴至圣 is the actual
Yeah.
Chinese expression. It's
Right.
beautiful.
五阴至圣苦.
So what does it mean? You are Chinese. You should memorize the Chinese expression. They're extremely insightful.
So
We
like,
have the edge over the rest of us.
is it, for example, because of like thinking is one of them, and if it's you are excessive in thinking, then you're becoming always think about a lot of things.
The translation is not accurate. 五阴至圣 is the five skandhas. 至 is burning. 圣 excessively or are excessive, yes, or dominating, okay? So it says right there, that's the clue right there. And it's funny that when I learned about the 8 sufferings that Master YongHua talked about, he really did not explain much about this last one here, the Wu Yin Chu Sheng. So I had to look it up. It says the translation is the raging 5 skandhas. It's not quite it, okay? It's just part of it only. And so actually, even Master YongHua did not explain this that clearly. This is why most of his Buddhist disciples don't quite understand this type of suffering, which to me is the worst. The other 7 are manageable in a way, okay? But this last one, the raging 5 skandhas, if you accept that translation, is the worst one, because there's nothing you can do about. And you don't even know you're suffering. Actually, you think your suffering is actually happiness. Okay? Anyone? What is it? What is it now? She's. You bring your mother here to torture her? Or? Amazing. Chinese are getting tougher and tougher. She used to, no pain for me. Now it's like, I can take it. Here's what it means. Wu Yin Chu Sheng is that it refers to, you can explain it in details and and so forth, but I explain it very, very summarily for you. Simply, the Wu Yin means your ego. The Wu Yin are the 5 components of your ego. Wu Yin are your ego consists of attachment to form, your body, attachment to feelings. You're seeking good feelings. You avoid bad feelings. Okay. Number 3, thoughts. You are addicted to thinking, as Trần Du will tell you. Okay. Number 4, addiction to the sing or activities. Okay. This is the functioning in your body right there. That's part of your ego. Okay. And number 5, consciousness. Okay, so all the 5 components of your ego right there, they are raging, meaning what? Yeah, I don't know why the Chinese do not speak directly and bluntly like we do in America. It means that you are so egotistical. You are so full of yourself, and you're proud of it. And you don't realize in Buddhism, we know that because your ego, the ego is a root source of all your suffering. As long as you have an ego, you are suffering, like it or not. You may be famous, you may be wealthy, you may be pretty, okay? As long as you have an ego, you are suffering very badly. There's nothing you can do about it. The more you indulge in your ego, you indulge in yourself, the worse your suffering becomes. This is what's fascinating about it. The other ones, you can relieve. You get some relief, right? You can say, "Oh, I can bancha, I can move, I can get my Learjet and go back and forth to visit my family and my loved ones and so forth. Or I can have plastic surgery to make myself look younger and so forth." But the last one, the one that where your ego, you're so egotistical, and you don't realize it's profound suffering when you still have an ego. Especially the ones who are egotistical, who fool themselves. They don't realize it's tremendous suffering, not only for themselves, but for the people around them. Agree or disagree? This is what it means. 五阴俱生 is that your ego is out of control. It's way out of control. You're too attached to form, you're too attached to your feelings, you're too attached to your thinking, you're too attached to your xing, your activities, you're too attached to your consciousness. Xing and shu, the last two, are more for cultivators, more advanced. Okay? The first three are for most of us, everyone. We are attached to the first three. Our bodies, our hair, our feelings, and our thinking. All right? And that those attachments are so strong that they overpower everything else. Overpower your reason, overpower your upbringing, overpower everything. Reason, values, everything. Is suffering right now, okay? Because the ego says, I don't like this, I don't like this. But as soon as she stops, then the ego says, oh, I feel so peaceful, I feel so peaceful. Oh my God. No, don't blame me. Okay? So please remember that this is something that we, as cultivators, we look at the people who don't cultivate. You see the difference. Our ego, when you cultivate, our ego shrinks. This is why. This is where Buddhism excels. As long you cultivate, follow our path, our trainings, your ego will shrink. The more you improve, the smaller your ego, the more your ego deflates. It's that important. Meaning you suffer less. Okay? And if you one day, when you get rid of your ego, your suffering will, poof, come to the end. Just like that. Okay? So that is why it's so important. Okay, thank you. We stop here, take a short break. We'll come back for the lunch offering.